What are you doing in a cage?
What? You don't even know you're in a cage? That's actually not surprising. Most of us spend at least some of our lives locked in a cage. In fact, sometimes we've been there so long, we don't even remember what it's like to be free.
What does free mean?
I'll tell you. Free means waking up, enjoying every single day of your life. I'll give you an example. This morning, I woke up at 3:30. I laid in bed in meditation for an hour, so excited about what I have to do today that I couldn't wait.
Now, by this time, I'm sure you think I'm crazy.
And if I'm not, that you can't have that anyway. You know what? That's nonsense.
I'll say it again. That's nonsense. That's nonsense.
I'll go even further. If you don't have it, you're locked in a cage. That doesn't sound good, does it? There are 4 reasons. Let me tell you what they are. I remember what the 4 reasons are by my favorite acronym, FAIL.
Fail, you know?
One of our favorite words. We stay locked in a cage because of fear. We stay locked in a cage because of apathy. We stay locked in a cage because of insecurity. And we stay locked in a cage because somehow, somewhere, someone has convinced us that we're a loser.
None of that sounds good.
You don't want to be locked in a cage out of fear, apathy, insecurity, or because somebody somewhere convinced you that you're a loser. Where fear is concerned, there's 3 parts. First, we think somehow we can't do something, that we just don't have the ability to do it. Usually, we then blame something for that. It's somebody else's fault or some external circumstance. Blame, the blame game, you know, that's a fun one. The second reason is we're afraid because we think we have no power. That maybe somehow we're not smart enough. You know, I call that the stupid reason. The third reason is perhaps the worst. We are afraid because we think we're going to fail. We will be humiliated. So we think somehow we're going to fail and that we'll be humiliated. Those are the fear reasons.
Recognize any?
The second reason is the big A, apathy. The first one is it's too hard. I'm just plain lazy. The second reason is we've convinced ourselves somehow that it won't work anyway, so
Why even try?
The third one of these is kind of a silly one, but we use it all the time, especially when we want to excuse something. And then we say, who cares? What difference does it make in the final analysis? Well, deep in our hearts, we know that's a bunch of crap. The third one is one that we all feel from time to time. We're insecure. We don't know where to start. What do I do? Who's going to help? We excuse our actions and live in our insecurity. The last one is sometimes the worst. Somehow, somewhere, we've convinced ourselves, either alone or with help, that we're a loser. That's simply not true. We somehow have this belief. It's somehow just for the lucky or the strong. That's nonsense. The second one is that we have internal scripts, you know, stories that we play over and over and over again about what to expect. Sometimes these come from when we were younger. We never seemed to get good stuff. We never seemed to have good things happen to us. And so we learned from some experience or small set of experiences that life was simply like that. That these scripts convince us over and over again what to expect, and so we continue to play the part of the loser. The third one is something that governs 85 to 90% of our lives, and that's scary. The third one is our habits. Habits, you know, those things we do without thinking. It's what you've always done. Well, you know, Einstein said, if you do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result, you're insane. So if we want to get out of this mode and into the mode of accomplishment, to break the cage, create new habits. The point of writing all that gloom and doom on the board wasn't to convince you you can't. Exactly the opposite. I hope you were repulsed by all that nonsense. The opportunity for you is to have it all. You have the opportunity to have the weight, relationships, money, job, bank account, fulfillment, whatever you want. You just have to decide to break the cage, to stop living locked on the inside looking out. The possibility for you now is to learn to do that, to start today, so that a week or a month from now you're in a completely different place. You need to attend the webinar. What webinar? Break the Cage Now. www.breakthecagenow.com. You can learn to be free. Meet me there.